Hi my friends, welcome back to my channel. Just want to say a quick thank you. I've reached 550 subscribers, thank you very much. Much appreciated, and 60,000 views, wow. When I started this channel I didn't even think I'd get one view, let alone 60,000 views. So thank you all for that. Today is cute, and you all voted for, now I hope I don't say this wrong, if I do I'm sorry, Machboos. So you will need some chicken. Now it does say full chicken, but I'm only doing this for myself, so I'm going to be using chicken breasts. So that said, you'll need 1 teaspoon of parsley, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 2 onions chopped. You will also need some rice, 2 chilies. Now they were supposed to be green. I have 1 red and 1 green, so that's going to have to do. 2 tablespoons of oil and a couple of fresh tomatoes. You will also need, because you're going to be using a Qatari spice mix, so you're going to be using 1 tablespoon of coriander, 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Now I don't have any turmeric, so I'm going to be using garam masala. It was one of the ones that said I could substitute. Now I know it's not the greatest, it might not have the same flavour profile, but that's what I'm using. 1 teaspoon of black pepper, lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of cumin. So let's get cracking, let's get cooking. So the first thing we're going to do, as usual, is we're going to prep our ingredients. So obviously that will be your onion first. Well, you don't have to do the onion first, but... And we're going to put these ingredients into a bowl. And you'll see why. So I'm just going to roughly chop these. Now you know my knife skills are not great, but there we go. And yes, I'm putting them into a bowl. I will show you the bowl once we've done the ingredients. These onions are very strong. So yeah, we're going to be cutting these onions. Now I have already put on my page the next country. So if you want to get voting on that, please do. Put everything to the side there, we can use it for stock. And again, just roughly chop. I think next week's recipe, next week's country should I say, begin with S. So I'm looking forward to seeing which country you vote for next. And I'm trying to stay away from recipes that are kind of similar. I did do the mistake yesterday. I kind of didn't realise until afterwards that the recipe I did yesterday had some similarities to a Brazilian dish. But sometimes you can't help that because obviously recipes blend together from different countries, so it's not always possible. So that's my onion done. The next is fresh tomatoes. Now we're just going to cut them again. Just cut them roughly. Like so. And we're going to put them into the bowl. Whoops. Now obviously if you're doing this for more people, you just add more ingredients. But as I said, I'm doing this for myself, so whatever's left over will be put away for another day. But I don't want to do too much because I don't want to overfill my freezer. Oops. So that's now my tomato in there. And the last thing we're doing is our chilies. So we're just cutting the chilies up. And we're going to add that into the same bowl. As I said, I'll show you the bowl in a few minutes. Now obviously you can take the seeds out, you can de-seed them. I'm not going to bother. At the end of the day, that all brings flavour. Yeah, you don't have to. And there we go. So now we just move that in there a minute. This is what we've got. So we have everything that we've just cut up into this bowl, and we're going to add lemon juice. And we're just going to give that a nice mix. Like so. Now we're going to put that to one side for a few minutes. Now the next thing is we're going to make our Qatari spice mix. So the first thing we need is coriander. Bear with me. And we need 1 tablespoon. So I'm using a teaspoon thing. So that's 1. as 2. Then we want 1 teaspoon of ginger. Now you could use fresh, but obviously I don't have it, so this is a bit lumpy. Way things go, I suppose. And then we want half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon. In fact, I pretty much hate it, or when a recipe needs it. Who might argue? Then we need, as I said, 1 tablespoon of turmeric. I'm going for garam masala. Again, I've explained why. Sorry, 1 teaspoon of it, not 1 tablespoon. Some black pepper. It doesn't specify how much, it just says some. Some lemon juice again. And 1 tablespoon of cumin. So I'm going to put the cumin in first before I put the lemon juice in. So we need 1 tablespoon, whoops. And then our lemon juice. And yes, I'm using squeezy bottle lemon juice. And then we're just going to mix that together. That actually smells really nice. And that is our Qatari spice mix. So now that is everything ready. So let's get cooking. So as you can see, I've already added my oil, and I've just added my spice mix into that oil. And we're just going to cook this for a few minutes. Now I know it's easier to go out and buy spice mixes already made. If I can, I prefer to make my own from the spices I have. But if you can find a ready-made Qatari bizarre spice mix, then by all means, it saves you time. But as you saw, it only takes a couple of minutes to set up and make. So we're just going to let that cook off for a few minutes. Now I've cut my chicken into bite-sized pieces. So I'm reckoning they're asking for chicken drumsticks. I'm assuming. I'm just using what I have. As you know, it's been hard for me to get to the bigger supermarkets, so I'm doing with what I have. Sometimes you have to adjust recipes to what you like. Sometimes you have to substitute things. So yeah, I'm trying to make it as authentic as I can. So yeah, we're just going to let that cook off for a few minutes to let the aromas come out. I obviously didn't have my hob hot enough. But that's no harm. So yeah, I'll be cooking again tomorrow. So yeah, there'll be less food reviews this week. Purely because I like cooking anyway. I don't want my channel to just be all reviews. So when this has heated up and started cooking through, then we're going to add our onion mixture that we just did. As you can see, it's now bubbling away. If anyone's had this before, whether from a supermarket or you've made it yourself, or you've even been to Qatar, now that's bubbling away nicely, so we'll give it another couple of seconds. Now we're going to add in our mix. Oops. Now that's all in. And we're going to cook this with our spices for a few minutes. We're going to make sure all those flavours are really nicely combined. And yes, you can use chopped tomatoes, but this particular recipe did ask for fresh tomatoes. So I'm going to cook that until it's soft. And then we're going to add our chicken. And then 500 millilitres of water. I may use a little bit less. You can always put more in, but you can always take it out. And as I said, I'm not using as much chicken as the recipe would state. And the reason why I did them in bite sizes is because you're going to cook this for around 40 minutes. And then you're going to take the chicken out. And you're going to roast the chicken pieces into, well, it says an oven, for 10 to 15 minutes. But I'm going to do mine in the air fryer. So yeah, so now I'm going to add my chicken pieces in. We're going to give that all a good coating and mix. And just before I add my water. And then I will get my rice sorted out. And just before I put, I say about 5-10 minutes before I put the chicken pieces into the air fryer, I will put the rice on. So I'm just adding my water. Now I've put in roughly 400 milliliters, and we're going to cook this now for 40 minutes. So I'll bring you back. So this has now been on for 40 minutes, so I'm going to take the chicken out. And I'm going to put that into the air fryer. So that's all my chicken out, and into that we're going to add our cooked rice, and that will soak up all the juices from that. So when this is ready to be put out, or should I say when it is in my dish, I will bring you back. And there you can see the finished product. So I'm going to let that cool down a few minutes before we give it the taste test. So while that's cooling down, I'm going to give you a heads up of the recipe I will be doing tomorrow. So I hope you all will be watching. I'm going to be doing teriyaki and Worcestershire. I know I just butchered that. Glazed beef with stir-fried cabbage. So, and that was an inspiration from a bit of lunch, because he had something teriyaki the other day. I will link that in my description, just so you can see his channel and the product he reviewed with teriyaki. But as I said, I will be doing a glazed beef. So yeah, we're going to give this taste test. It smells absolutely beautiful, aromatic, really nice. So the first thing we're going to try is the rice. The rice is done a little bit too much for what I'm normally used to. It's not mushy, it's just a little bit too much. It has picked up all those lovely spices though. That is really nice. Now I still have loads left, so this would feed a family of 4 quite easily. There's a lot of flavour in there, you don't need to add any more flavouring at all. There's a lot of flavour going in there. The thing I do next time though, just for my personal taste, is I put uncooked rice into it and then let it cook with the juices then. But that's if you like your rice al dente. As I said, it's not mushy in any way. Now, there's the chicken. It was cooked in the spices and then air fried for, I think it was about 7 minutes. That's what it looks like inside. I think I did it a little bit too long. maybe put it in for about 5 minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes. It's still really nice though. Now let's have a mouthful of everything. It is spicy. You get the spiciness on your tongue. A little bit at the back of the throat, not too much. If you only like mild spice, it might be a little bit too much. But it's not overpowering if you're a spice head. If you're a spice head, you'll probably say, yeah, there's a little bit of heat there. I'm definitely going to enjoy this one. So that is a Qatari dish. If you liked the content, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing. Click the notification bell for new uploads. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment box. Until tomorrow's recipe and video, hope you have an enjoyable day. Hope the weather's nice where you are. It's kind of off and on raining here. A little bit windy. So this is going to keep me nice and warm. Until the next video, goodbye my friends.